Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's guide on how to watch Italy take on Australia, which should be an absolutely epic clash, I think, actually, because I think that this Italian side, which blew away Samoa last week compared to a Wallaby side, which did push Australia, but are a side that tends to be quite inconsistent. And I do think this Italian rugby do have an upset in them. And I personally think that this could be the match where we do see it. So I think this should be a really interesting clash. We will be live for it on Forever Sports for our watch along, but obviously you want to be able to watch the action as well. And this is exactly how you can do it. A big shout out to ExpressVPN who are powering this video as well as our coverage of the Autumn Nation series. They are partners. And a big shout out to them for really backing us and supporting us during this series. Now, they are making it easier than ever to watch all the rugby action this month. Now, what you're going to do to be able to watch this game is you're going to, first of all, download ExpressVPN. Link in the description. There's a special offer for all Forever Sports supporters. You can get an extra 3 months free if you take a 12-month subscription. We do videos every single week about how to watch URC, how to watch the FIFA World Cup, for example, how to watch cricket, how to watch Heineken Cup. We'll be doing videos on how to watch the Rugby World Cup, for example. So get yourself that VPN and make it easier than ever to watch all the rugby live and in HD. So once you've done install that, you know, I'm opening and installing, going to have a little screen like that. You're going to click on this right, these three dots on the right here, and that'll open up a list of locations. You go to a UK one, and you go and you click connected. You then go to the link down the bottom. You go to Amazon Prime, and if you haven't already, you sign up for a 30-day free trial. And you can then go to the link in the description, which will take you to the Autumn Nation series screen. All you have to do is find the game. There it is, Italy versus Wallabies. It pops up, and you can see it goes live about 15 minutes before the game starts. They've got some really cool covers of very interesting pundits, lots of ex-players involved, as well as really good commentary teams. So it's really worth a while. It's that easy. It literally is that easy. ExpressVPN free trial on Amazon Prime. It's a 30-day free trial, which means you can watch all the Autumn Nation series action thanks to ExpressVPN. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, all the instructions are in the description. So all you have to do is just follow those steps and you should be absolutely fine. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.
Dave, how far ahead you know this team footy? You told these guys pre-tour this was going to be the case, or was it a mix of how they'd gone, the training and games before this match?
Yep.
Wholesale changes.
Yeah, when we picked the team for Scotland, we had an eye to the changes we'd make for France, and then we looked ahead to Italy, and then on to Ireland. So, yeah, it was. Yeah, there was a fair bit of discussion. It also reflected form and that sort of thing too. So, you know, if you look last test, Lalakai Fekete starting at 12, he's played really well when he's got his opportunities, and so we were keen to give him a crack in a big environment. So likewise with the changes today.
Are these guys vying for spots against Ireland? Like, it seems like a lot of these guys aren't getting big minutes, have been itching for an opportunity in this too. Are they playing for a spot against Ireland?
Yeah, absolutely. There's competition for places, and you know, there's a few bumps and bruises within the squad as well. And these guys have trained really well. They've ensured that the team that's played on the Saturday against Scotland and France have been really well prepared. And yeah, we've talked about sharing the load. It's important. You know, we're the only team playing 5 tests in a row at this time of year, and we have to share the load.
Is this a bit of a banana skin game? And it seems like the messaging this week has been very much on respecting the opponent and not letting that standard slip after a big, you know, momentum against France.
Yeah, look, yeah, we're very conscious of that, and by making changes, you know, there's a huge amount of enthusiasm in the room. Guys who are desperate for an opportunity, guys who have been training really well and deserve a crack. So, you know, while it seems like a lot of changes, you know, Alan comes back in, you know, Jake playing at 9 started a couple of tests against the All Blacks. Noah started 3 tests against England and 1 against South Africa. So they're not guys who haven't played big minutes or big games for us already this year. So yeah, there's a number of guys backing up from last week, and I think I mentioned earlier on, you know, 4 of the type 5 were in the mix last week, and Alan's the one who comes back in. So Fraser started a number of tests. Pete Sami's been excellent for us. So So it's a good side. We think good balance. A bit of youth but plenty of enthusiasm.
Where's Noah's head at the moment? How do you think he's faring? Was he hurt by, effectively being usurped by Bernard in those few games that he was the heir apparent in the 10 jersey there for a while?
Yeah, that's what it's about, though, isn't it? He played well against South Africa. He got a head knock the following week and then wasn't available for the first All Black Test. Bernard played really well, and he got to keep the jersey. So that's the point. You got to earn the right to play, and he's trained very well. He's looked really good this week, and he realises it's a big opportunity.
What's your read on where Ben Donaldson's at and what kind of a player he is for those who haven't watched a lot of him?
Yeah, he's gone really well. He's got a very good skill set, good distributor, strong kicking game. His ability to play flat, he's deceptively quick. Obviously, his versatility helps too. He can cover 15. His biggest focus really is around voice. Needs to be really dominant personality on the field and boss others around and put the game plan on the park. So that's an area he's been working really hard on, and will be a big focus for him when he's on the weekend.
Lalakai obviously gone home. There was some talk of getting someone over. Will you do that? Are you still planning on doing that, or happy with who you've got?
Oh, we're a bit thin in midfield, no doubt. Geordie will cover there this week. We've got Cowles who can play centre and has played centre for us. Hodgie within the squad, he's played a little bit in midfield at times. So, with Tom Banks' injury and then losing Lalakai, we're a little bit thin there potentially. So, we've been assessing a couple of options and of guys that we thought we might bring in, and we'll clarify that in the next couple of days.
Just without saying who, are they here or back in Oz?
No, they're in Oz.
Okay. And just lastly, your thoughts on Italy. Are they as dangerous as they've ever been? What's your reflection on their performances, particularly the big Six Nations win against Wales, as we know?
Yeah. I mean, what we know is that if you're loose, they'll come hard. They high line speed, aggressive, and they got some athletes who can hurt you. Capuzzo, the 15, electric. You have a try set up against Wales. We've got to be very mindful of the fact that he's very quick and got great feet, and Monty Ioane's been fantastic for them, and they've got threats all over the park. Very good post tackle, and so we need to be able to look after the ball and apply pressure, and then defend well against them. So we've got to limit their opportunities.
Just lastly, a new second row pairing with Will. He hasn't started a test for 6 years in the Wallabies, which is quite remarkable. How many minutes do you think you get out of him, and how him and Nick Frost been tagging up this week? We hope to get plenty out of Will. We're not necessarily planning to sub him, and often we'll have a look on game day and be thinking that one lock needs to go the distance, and you would say probably Frosty. But we want to get big minutes out of Will, and he's been great at training. It's just great to have a guy of his experience, and he's an imposing character on the park. We expect to see that. So he runs out of puff. We're always checking a number of key players to see how they go, and if we feel we're not getting much out of him, we'll sub him.
Just a couple of questions about Italy and this match. You were talking about Capozzo and our back three. Do you think the aerial battle is going to be a key for your match, considering maybe you have seen the match we played against Georgia last July and we struggled a little bit on that balls? Is this something that you're going to plan maybe? I don't know. I know that you're not bringing me, but is it a focus?
Yeah, look, Italy kicked the ball a lot, and I'll hope that we'll overplay. So we've got to be prepared to kick ball back with people like Tom Wright and Mark Nanganawasi. You get that? We've got genuine good men, big men on the ball, and so that's going to be really important for us. So yeah, we'll kick a bit. We kicked a lot against France because they're a team that doesn't really want to play with the ball; they want to defend. So likewise, we're going to be prepared to kick a bit of ball. But obviously we want to play in the right part of the field and play footy down there.
You knew about Benetton and Zebra, so the rugby in Italy, while coaching at the Glasgow Warriors. Have you seen, not improvements because obviously in the years, but have you seen any change, knowing the fact that also Kieran Crowley was at Benetton and now, between that experience and looking maybe Italy now?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Colt for a lot of years, 30-something years. So, he's an excellent coach. He did a great job at Treviso. They made top 6 when he was there. He got Coach of the Year that year. They should have beaten Munster. They're very unlucky with a few of Nigel Owen's decisions that day, and so should have played a semi that year. He's done an excellent job there, and you can see his imprint on the team now. He's got a really good understanding of obviously the Benetton players, but also Zebra and they certainly played a good brand of footy last week. They'll kick, but they're prepared to play, especially off turnover ball and off counter. So I'm not surprised at the impact he's made here.
Last question for me, and don't get me wrong, it's not going to be a tricky question. Looking at the team, at the lineup, there are few leaders of the team that are missing. I don't want you to do any name, but are you expecting something by someone in particular? Something that, this match is for a person or the one to take the team in hand, missing the likes of Michael Hooper or Bernard Foley or people in the midfield?
Yeah, I mean, we've played a lot of footy without Bernard. He's only played in the last 4 tests, so Noah's familiar with that role. Obviously, Nick White's played a lot of footy for us, and he's part of our leadership group. But we've got a lot of confidence in Jake, and if Alan was to leave the field early, Jake would take over as captain. So he captains his club. Tate McDermott on the sideline captains his club. Alan captains his club. Guys like Ned Hannigan, who's very vocal and smart and a very good leader, and so we've just got to make sure a lot of guys step up and contribute. While there's a lot of changes this week, there was a lot of changes last week too, and so that's not a lack of respect. It's the fact that we've got 5 tests in a row. We've got competition for places, and the guys we're playing have played a lot of test footy for us this year, so they're not rookies.
Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's guide on how to watch Italy take on Australia, which should be an absolutely epic clash, I think, actually, because I think that this Italian side, which blew away Samoa last week compared to a Wallaby side, which did push Australia, but are a side that tends to be quite inconsistent. And I do think this Italian rugby do have an upset in them. And I personally think that this could be the match where we do see it. So I think this should be a really interesting clash. We will be live for it on for Sports for our Watchalong, but obviously you want to be able to watch the action as well. And this is exactly how you can do it. A big shout out to ExpressVPN, who are powering this video as well as our coverage of the Autumn Nation series. They are partners, and a big shout out to them for really backing us and supporting us during this series. Now, they are making it easier than ever to watch all the rugby action this month. Now, what you're going to do to be able to watch this game is you're going to, first of all, download ExpressVPN. Link in the description. There's a special offer for all Forever Sports supporters. You can get an extra 3 months free if you take a 12-month subscription. We do videos every single week about how to watch URC, how to watch the FIFA World Cup, for example, how to watch cricket, how to watch Heineken Cup. We'll be doing videos on how to watch the Rugby World Cup, for example. So get yourself that a VPN and make it easier than ever to watch all the rugby live and in HD. So once you've done install that, I'm opening and installing, going to have a little screen like that. You're going to click on this these 3 dots on the right here, and that'll open up a list of locations. You go to a UK one, and you go and you click connected. You then go to the link down the bottom. You go to Amazon Prime, and if you haven't already, you sign up for a 30-day free trial. And you can then go to the link in the description, which will take you to the Autumn Nation series screen. All you have to do is find the game. There it is, Italy versus the Wallabies. It pops up, and you can see it goes live about 15 minutes before the game starts. They've got some really cool covers of very interesting pundits, lots of ex-players involved, as well as really good commentary teams. So it's really worth a while. It's that easy. It literally is that easy. ExpressVPN free trial on Amazon Prime. It's a 30-day free trial, which means you can watch all the Autumn Nation series action thanks to ExpressVPN. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, all the instructions are in the description. So all you have to do is just follow those steps and you should be absolutely fine. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.
Alan, what's been the reaction just from the general public and well wishes this week ahead of captaining the side?
Mate, there's been a huge amount of support back home, especially over the last 24 hours. I've received a lot of messages via social media and text messages. So, mate, it's been awesome. To know the amount of support that I've had back home, and I think I just add that all to the fuel to make sure that I do everything I can to fulfil the role.
We didn't touch on it the other day, but also your Pacific Island heritage as well. How important is that? What does that mean to you and some of your friends and family who've come where you've come as well?
Mate, it's really special. I think I mentioned it before, but my parents migrated over to Australia to provide a brighter future for my brother and I, and I know that in representing Australia is huge for my family, not only my immediate family, but my extended family as well. So it's definitely really special and something that I hold close to my heart to represent Australia. Being born and raised here in Australia was always a dream to represent the Wallabies. So to be able to captain them is a huge moment for myself, and probably something that I'll reflect more on, down the track.
Before the game, are you the captain? Do you think he'll be banging on walls and giving a big pep-up message, or more measured, quiet messages before the field?
I'm probably more measured and direct around, especially if it's before the game. It's more around, what we want to get out of the first 10 or 20 minutes. The whole week's been around supporting the boys and making sure that our detail is locked away and that boys are confident to be at their best self, because that's what it's going to take tomorrow. Is just boys to go out there and, one, enjoy the moment, but two, to deliver on their job. So that's what my whole focus has been as a leader, and then tomorrow I'll probably zero in on what's important, straight from kickoff.
It was such a high-playing France last week for the guys. Have you seen that intensity backed up this week?
Yeah, I have. It's been a kind of different energy. Like you got guys coming in for new opportunity and being in that starting role. For the first time in a while for a few lads there, just been jumping out of their skin all week. So I think that new energy has been awesome. And I think for me, I just wanted to channel that into make sure that we nailed our detail. Because if you nail your detail backed up with that energy, I think we're going to be hard to beat tomorrow. So the week of prep has been awesome so far, and I think the boys will look forward to coming out here and getting a little feel for the environment.
Take us inside for us mere mortals, what it's like having a guy like Will Skelton packing in behind you at scrum time, like a guy that big. How much of an advantage is that? It's obviously his first start for 6 years in a Wallaby jersey tomorrow.
Yeah, mate, he's been huge for us. Obviously, as you said, he's a big man. And the boys have been feeling his presence all week at training. But he's also been over here in France, and obviously when you play here, they live and breathe scrums and mauls, so you don't really have to turn around and give him a rev up. I just look at him and you're confident already, so we just had to work out, just some combinations and get that chemistry working this whole week. But his value to the team has been awesome, just what he adds off the field, through socials and getting around the lads. But obviously his physical presence is huge, I think a lot of boys will be looking for him to lead us out there tomorrow.
Tell us about some of the other front rowers who are getting an opportunity, that haven't been doing so. A few down at the Brums, Matt Gibbon as well. Tell us about what it's like for them sort of waiting in the wings a bit on this tour to get a crack.
Yeah, I think it's awesome for someone like Matty Gibbon. He's been chipping away the background, for a while in our squad. But I think he had an awesome series over in Japan. He was probably one of the standout forwards, and he's definitely earned his opportunity, one, to be on the spring tour, and two, now to get a starting crack tomorrow, and I'm sure he's going to get a lot of game minutes. So he's someone that's definitely earned his opportunity. Another one will be Nos, Lonergan. He's someone that's been part of our squad since the England series, and he's just been chipping away at the background as well. He's been doing all of the little things that people don't see, preparing the team well. So I know that he'll probably get a lot of game time tomorrow, and he's been itching to get his opportunity as well.
For those Australians who haven't watched a lot of Italy play, what's been the homework on them, and what kind of opposition they will present?
Mate, we definitely know that tomorrow's going to be a huge game for us. If we're looking back at their past, they beat Wales in the Six Nations. They defeated Samoa comfortably last week. So I think what's important for us is definitely setting the tone through our physicality. Because we watched them last week, and they were impressive against Samoa. So we know as a squad that it's going to be no easy beating. We have to earn the right, and that's just backing ourselves throughout our attacking system, but then not getting out of our system through defence as well. So we know that it's going to be definitely a tough battle.
Yeah, there's been some also and other stuff, some commentary back home around some comments that Simon Karevi's made further to the Israel Folau stuff. There'll be a doco coming out on that. Just wondering what you made of that, whether you think that was, right thing for Simon to speak up on that. I know that you're very close with him and were with Izzy.
Yeah, I think I heard about that yesterday or so, but I haven't really read up on what's been said. But mate, I think the Izzy Folau stuff happened a number of years ago, so I'll probably just leave it at that.
Yeah, too easy. All good.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's guide on how to watch Italy take on Australia, which should be an absolutely epic clash, I think, actually, because I think that this Italian side, which blew away Samoa last week, compared to a Wallaby side, which did push Australia, but are a side that tends to be quite inconsistent. And I do think this Italian rugby do have an upset in them. And I personally think that this could be the match where we do see it. So I think this should be a really interesting clash. We will be live for it on for Sports for our Watchalong, but obviously you want to be able to watch the action as well. And this is exactly how you can do it. A big shout out to ExpressVPN, who are powering this video, as well as our coverage of the Autumn Nation series. They are partners, and a big shout out to them for really backing us and supporting us during this series. Now, they are making it easier than ever to watch all the rugby action this month. Now, what you're going to do to be able to watch this game is you're going to, first of all, download ExpressVPN. Link in the description. There's a special offer for all Forever Sports supporters. You can get an extra 3 months free if you take a 12-month subscription. We do videos every single week about how to watch URC, how to watch the FIFA World Cup, for example, how to watch cricket, how to watch Heineken Cup. We'll be doing videos on how to watch the Rugby World Cup, for example. So get yourself that VPN and make it easier than ever to watch all the rugby live and in HD. So once you've done install that, I'm opening and installing, going to have a little screen like that. You're going to click on this right, these three dots on the right here, and that'll open up a list of locations. You go to a UK one, and you go and you click connected. You then go to the link down the bottom. You go to Amazon Prime, and if you haven't already, you sign up for a 30-day free trial. And you can then go to the link in the description, which will take you to the Autumn Nation Series screen. All you have to do is find the game. There it is, Italy versus the Wallabies. It pops up, and you can see it goes live about 15 minutes before the game starts. They've got some really cool covers of very interesting pundits, lots of ex-players involved, as well as really good commentary teams. So it's really worth a while. It's that easy. It literally is that easy. ExpressVPN free trial on Amazon Prime. It's a 30-day free trial, which means you can watch all the Autumn Nation series action thanks to ExpressVPN. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, all the instructions are in the description. So all you have to do is just follow those steps, and you should be absolutely fine. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon. Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's preview, as Italy take on Australia, and for me, what could be the game of the weekend? I genuinely think that the Italian side can compete and do a job against Australia, who did almost look like they were going to beat France last week. But the Australian side are very inconsistent, and I think that they are susceptible to a loss. They are susceptible to an upset, and I think that this Italian side could do it, and it's a really exciting Italian side. We said about a year ago, this Italian side is going to be good. Maybe not now, maybe not even now, well, maybe not then, maybe not now, maybe not even at the World Cup yet, but they are brewing something pretty special there. If you look at their junior setups, there's a lot of good youngsters coming through. A lot of them are starting to play for the senior side. They've got a young captain, they've got a young halfback pairing. And I think they've got a couple of very exciting players. Australia, who are a side for me, who are definitely building something, but just can't find any consistency. And Dave Rooney, for me, has to be under a lot of pressure. You know, the coach of last year has got a terrible win percentage and really struggling to find results, even when his team is playing good rugby. But yeah, before we look at the two sides, please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Start with the home side, which is the Azzurri. So in the front row, Danilo Pacetti, Gianmarco Lucchesi, and Simone Ferrari will start up front, and they'll have a decent Australian front row up against them. In the second row, Nicolo Canone, Federico Razza will be providing their support. And then the heroic captain Michel Namaro's got Sebastian Negri and Lorenzo Canone as company in that back row. Michel Namaro, what a player he is. You know, young player, hard-working, very much a lead from the front type captain. He is incredibly young to be captaining his nation, but you know, I think they see something. I mean, he's 2 years younger than me, for goodness sake. He's 24 years as it is, and he's captaining his side, and he's been captain for over a year now. So he's very much been backed, and they've basically said, you know, we've got a new generation coming through. You're going to lead them. You know, he's been a captain. He was named captain almost about a year ago to the day, 25th of October last year it was, and he was the one that captained them to. They beat Wales this year, you know, in that big upset, and that was a huge sort of watershed moment that showed you that this side is to be taken seriously. And a lot of that for me is the halfback combination. Stephen Varney and Paolo Garbizzi, very nice players, both playing at top level rugby. You know, Paolo Garbizzi doing very well in the top 14. Stephen Varney playing in the Premiership. Then Monty Awani, who has left Benetton but still involved in Italy. Pierre Bruno and Ange Capuzzo as your back three, and then in the centres you've got Luca Marizzi and John Ignacio Brex. I'm a big Brex fan. I do rate him quite highly. Off the bench is Giacomo Nicotera, Ivan Nima, Pietro Cacciarelli, David Sisi, Tawa Halafihi, Alessandro Garbizzi. So Garbizzi Jr. on the bench. We could see a Garbizzi halfback pairing, Tomasano Allen and Tomasano Menoncello on the bench. And I think that's been the nice thing, you know, it's Italy also, even their bench is not bad. And I think there's some starting players coming through. You know, I think Tawa Halafihi, he's a decent player. I've always quite liked Ivan Nima. And Alessandro Garbizzi, if he can be anything like his brother, will be a very good player. And I think there are lots of similarities between the two. And we could be seeing a Garbizzi combination quite a few times in the near future for Italy. For Australia, there are a couple of changes, and I think for me, not the strongest Australian side, and that's why I do think the upset could be on. So in the front row, Matt Gibbon comes in. No James Slipper this weekend. Falafel Inc. also gets a start, and Alan Alatoa returns and will captain the side at tight head. Nick Frost has a new lock partner as Will Skelton does get an opportunity. Very, very large individual as Will Skelton, brings a lot of physicality. I think he'll be somebody that the Italians will have to watch a lot because, yeah, he's just an absolute freak of a human. Ned Hannigan comes into the side. Fraser McWright keeps his jersey, as does Pete Samu. You then got Jake Jordan and Noah Lelesio as your halfback pairing. Tom Wright, Mark Nawakarane Tuiasi at 14. Jock Campbell at 15. I was impressed with what I saw from Jock Campbell last week. Then the centres, Hunter Pasami and Ikatau. It's a nice centre combination. You then got Lachlan, Lonergan, Tom Robertson, and Tanila Tupou as your bench. So good to have somebody like Tupou coming off the bench, as well as somebody like Darcy Swain. Lanky Gleeson gets an opportunity to take. McDermott does return to 23, and Ben Donaldson, as well as Jordan Petaya. So it's a good Australian side, but it is still quite a few changes, quite a lot of fringe players involved here. So I do think that, again, you know, this side could be beaten if Italy really pitch up. And we saw Italy put away a decent Samoan side with ease the other weekend. They're a very good attacking side. Again, a bit like sort of Japan versus England. The question is, can they keep out Australia? Can they front up? Can they deal with the physicality being brought by, you know, a Pete Samu, a Will Skelton, for example, even Alatoa, Falafel Inga? Can they compete up front? And if they can, I do think on the paper, I think this Italian backline could actually cause some damage. But let me know what you think of the side down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon. Yeah, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, the first game of the Super Saturday. I'm going to call it a Super Saturday. I think it is a Super Saturday. And I think that we've got a couple of very interesting games. This match, obviously, we're going to see Italy versus Australia. I reckon this is going to be a lot closer. And I know a lot of people disagree with me, and that's fine. But I do think this is a pretty generational Italian side coming through. And I do think that maybe not today. This could be too early, for example. But this Italian side will cause upsets in the next few years. They've already beaten Wales, for example. They brushed aside Samoa last week very, very easily. And I do think this Italian side are a very special side. And I think that could be quite interesting. So, yeah, I'm hoping for a very competitive game. I'm hoping it won't just be as one-sided as it has been historically. And, yeah, but first of all, before we get anything, a big shout-out to BetCoza, who are powering the stream alongside ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is making it easier than ever for you to watch all the action live and in HD. There's no excuses not to watch these games, people. Go and download ExpressVPN. Link in the description. Go and get a 30-day free Amazon Prime subscription, and you know, watch all the action. That's all you gotta do. And you can go watch this game, South Africa versus France, Wales versus Argentina, Japan versus England, which is our next game as well. We're gonna be live from now. It's 2:45. We'll probably finish our last live stream about 12:30 at night tonight. We're gonna be live for the next many hours. All the hours. Probably the next about 10 hours. It's going to be live content coming to you here on Forever Sports. So, strap in. I hope you've got enough beer. I hope you've got enough beverages. I hope you've got enough snacks to really power you through the rest of the day as like BetCoza and ExpressVPN are powering us. Now, in terms of BetCoza, well, the good lads, the solid lads, the buggers at BetCoza are giving you guys the chance to win free bets. And who doesn't want to? I mean, who wouldn't want a free bet? Who doesn't want free money at the end of the day? You know. So in order to win this free bet, what you gotta do is I'm gonna put a link in the description. Predict and win. You are going to go and give me your prediction. Italy, Australia, draw. If you're going for a total result, I want to know the scoreline. You know, by 10, by 15, by 20, by 2. What are you guys thinking? That's what I want to know. Go to that site. Give me your predictions. And I'm going to give you guys free bets. And, yeah, I mean, we gave away, I think it's almost close to 2,000 Rand in the last week worth of free bets. Guys are over there. They're operating on bet codes. I've got a couple of bet slips open. Maybe you've got a couple of bet slips open as well. If you do, let me know. Let me know what your bet slip's saying. Who are we backing here? What are we saying? And are we betting on BetCoza, who are giving you guys the best odds as well as the best chances of winning big? So a big shout out to BetCoza for supporting the stream as well as ExpressVPN, making this... making all our sort of content and our coverage as good as possible, because, you know, we want to give you guys the best experience, and unfortunately the best experience costs money, and so their assistance, their support, their help means that we can give you guys, you know, what we are trying to make an unparalleled experience when consuming the Autumn Nation series. We're in Florence today, and not a full house there, but a reasonable crowd in. To see Italy take on Australia. We'll look at the sides as well in a little bit and talk about who we're really looking at and what players for me, you know, really like sort of tickle my fancy. And in a bit as well. And I'm very interested to know what you guys, which sort of players you guys are looking out for, and which players you guys are really excited to see. I mean, for me, the halfback pairing for Italy is very exciting. From an Australian perspective, I do think that they need to see a good showing from their flower. They know Alessio needs to really step up, because at the moment, you know, they really are very reliant on Bernard Foley. And how much longer can they be reliant on Bernard Foley with nobody else really sort of coming through, grabbing the reins and saying, I can take hold of the side. I can really, you know, do it. So yeah, I'm very interested to sort of see exactly what what we're going to see today. So, but yeah, and then also let me know where you guys are watching from. How's your weekend going? What's the chat? Which games are we looking forward to? I think this is one of the games of the weekend, to be honest. I think this hopefully could be. I think Italy have got what it takes to make this a competitive match. I think Japan is. I think Japan is a very fun side to watch at the end of the day. So, So just waiting for the teams to come out here. So in terms of the two sides that we'll be taking to the field, for Italy in the front row, got Danilo Fischetti, Gianmarco Lucchesi, and Simone Ferrari. Ferrari, one of the most experienced players in this lineup. It's a very inexperienced line from an international point of view. I think 38 caps is the most caps anyone's got. I don't think there's any. I think there's only one backline player who's got more than 30 caps in him, and that is. I think it's Marisi's got about 38 caps. But yeah, so that's the front row. And the second row, Nicola Canoni and Federico Razza. Then a very nice Lucio Sebastian Negri, Michel Amaro, Lorenzo Canoni. And I think that Lucio is very much developing. And I think they'll develop into a very nice into the Lucio. And I think they'll be that Lucio for quite a while. I think that's also the nice thing is that this Italian side have very much said. They very much basically said that this is like sort of the core group of players. We're going to back these players. We're going to give them as much exposure as possible. And, you know, because they're so young, I think this I mean, we're talking about an 8-year plan here almost. Not even looking at like a 3-year plan. They're not even looking to necessarily be competitive at the next World Cup. They're very much looking, right, well, get to the next World Cup, cause an upset or two, maybe see what we can do. But this side, in 4 years' time, I think so 2027, when a lot of this side are going to be sitting at sort of 28, 29 years old, having played 50, 60 test caps, I think that's when this Italian side can really come into their own. And there's some very exciting players. They've backed a very young captain. They're backing a captain who they reckon is going to be able to do the business. And I think that's the right decision. So, yeah, the rest of the Italian side, the halfback pairing is very, very exciting between Stephen Varney and Paolo Gabizzi. We've then got Montiani, Luca Marizzi, John Nexabresh, Pierre Bruno, Angelo Capizio. And then off the bench, it's Gianmarco Nicotera, Ivan Nima, Pietro Kesarelli, David Sisi, Tua Halafihi, Alessandro Gabizzi, Eduardo Padovani, and Tommaso Menoncello. For the men from Australia, it is Matt Gibbon, Falao Fainga, Alan Alatoa in the front row. Darcy Swain is joined by Will Skelton. And if you look at the Australian side, pretty easy to pick out who Will Skelton is. He's the absolute massive unit that dwarfs everybody else next to him. They've got Ned Hannigan, comes to the side next to Fraser McWright, and Pete Samu gets an opportunity. No Rob Valentini or Michael Hooper in the starting lineup this weekend. And we've then got Jake Gordon partnering Noah Alessio comes to the side. Tom Wright, Mark Nawakanachuisa at 14, Jock Campbell at 15, Hunter Basami, Lenny Qatar in the centres. So it's a decent Australian side. It is a rotated Australian side, giving a couple of fringe players an opportunity. And we've got the anthems underway. So Matt Dixon saying he's got a bit of money on Italy by 9 points. So interesting to see if that comes off there for Matt Dixon. I've actually also got a bit of money on Italy. I mean, it was 5-1 odds just for them to win. So yeah, that's what I was sort of backing. And I don't know if Christine Taylor is in the stream, but she did join the Fair Sports Members Club a bit earlier. So welcome to her. That is me on the Fair Sports Members Club. And yeah, we're all getting ready to go here. Australian anthem underway there. We'll now the Italian anthem, and then we'll get going. Marco Alatoa, who is Alan Alatoa, who is captaining Australia today. His brother is actually captaining Samoa, I think, from the same day today, which is quite cool. I wonder if it's the first time, it might be the first time ever we've seen two siblings captain their national side on the same day. So kickoff will be about 3 minutes time, so plenty of time to still sort yourself out with some beverages and get yourself some free bets. Yeah, I'll give you guys. I want to know your predictions, stuff like that. Go and put your predictions in the on that link over there, and let me know what you guys are backing in terms of this game. And yeah, because we want to give you guys free bets. Bakehouse wants to give you guys free bets, and why would you not want free bets? You know. In order to do that, you've got to go and actually give us your predictions and stuff. Oh shit, I've just seen that Pregame Busy's been ruled out. I mean, I might actually just turn it off. I might just turn it off. What is the point? I'm here to watch Paulo go busy. That's why I'm here. Do I get a refund on my bet now? So Padavani's come onto the bench. Tommaso Allen will start. No, Paulo go busy. That's very sad. Right, well, let's come down to this pack. Ah, it's so annoying. You got like, like literally, you're probably like the biggest player I wanted to watch. I mean, today, not even like this match, like today. And nothing against Tommaso Allen, but Garbizzi is generational. Ah, no, man, that's right. Well, Tommaso Allen, you gotta step up now, because my day's been ruined, absolutely ruined. Ah. So I'm just so busy coming to terms with that. Right, well, come on, Italy. Go and do your favor here. Well, at least there is another Garbisi on the bench that we can look forward to. Right, Brandon Pickerel, the man in the middle, man from New Zealand, will take charge of this game. Kicker will be in a few minutes' time. I'm still trying to come to terms with that. Right, so Italy will be playing right to left. And Allen does get us underway. And it's a first mistake. They turn over ball. And Italy on the front foot. Shall we go, lads? Come on, the Italians. Let's go, the lads. Early mistake there from Australia. Italy are now on the front foot here. Lucchesi carrying it up. They're inside the 22. This is where Garbizzi will just be putting the strings here. I'm joking. Okay, Bajano Nacho breaks. Does carry it up now. If Italy can get an early score here, or even a penalty and get some points going, that'd be the perfect start for them. Good continuity here. Varney's been played by Will Skelton. Penalty, very kickable. Italy should be 3-0 up. Come on, lads. What's my cash out? Where's Bedcodes? Give me a cash out. Start giving me a cash out now, because they're going to do it. They're going to do it, people. And you heard it here first if they do. Eh? If Italy go and do it, I will go and fetch people. I will go back to the comments. I will find people who said I was being stupid, saying that they had a chance, and I will fetch them. No issue fetching them. I'll drive to wherever they live, and I'll fetch them. Even saying Australia changed 12 players. That they did. It's a very, very different Australian side. So I'm saying this is why I think they've underestimated Italy a little bit. I think they could be in for a little bit of a shock if they don't really gel together. It's a new front row. It's a new second row. It's a new loose trio. It's a whole different halfback pairing. It's the only thing that's sort of stayed consistent is the centre with Hunter Pasami and Nekata, who play a decent amount of rugby together. And Allen does get us underway, though. 3-0. Perfect start from the Italians, putting the Australia under pressure. Actually, didn't even put them under pressure at the restart. It was just a hash of a restart from Australia. And Italy very quickly took advantage and said, thank you very much. We'll take an early lead here. Now Italy needs to have a better restart than Australia did, and that's a good take up the end. They have managed to keep it in. So they do have... Well, where's the turnover ball? Where's this ball going? It is turnover ball, so 2 really poor restarts on both sides. So Italy now will have to defend. And they've got a penalty advantage. That's pretty harsh because Adelaide is just lying on preventing him from running away. That, I think, needs to be addressed in the new sort of laws. Is any player who holds a player on the ground and preventing him from running away, you should either not be a penalty, or then fouls actually might be put to start coming penalising. First carry of the ball for Will Skelton. Expect to see a lot of those today. Very big ball carrier. Been playing some top rugby in top 14. Was deemed service requirements for a long time, yeah. But a rush defence coming in. It's a good tackle being made there on Joel Campbell. They'll go back for the penalty. So decent defence by Italy, but there's another penalty here. Now decision time here for Australia. Are they going to go for points, or do they want to try and put the hammer down fairly early and go for the corner? They will go to the corner. So Australia want to try and back their set piece here. As I said, frustrating for Canone, who's trying to run away, but Alan Alato is just lying on him and holding him down. So never going to be able to run away. It's not a bad crowd, actually. Florian's not supposed to... Oh, come on, Mr. Red. You can't have this whole thing over here. Right, Italy don't contest, but they don't look... More Skelton comes with the back foot. It's a nice hit on him initially, and they do take up the legs. It's a good tackle being made on him. And it's the Chelsea, the hooker. Now pick up and go. Yes, good continuity here for Italy. Under a lot of pressure here. Defense will be tested. Jake Gordon is trying to marshal things, but another pick up and go. Couple of phases here for Australia. They're on the doorstep. They're going once again. Penalty advantage, I think. Come across does Pantabasami. Now Jake Gordon, ball over the top. And Tom Wright catches it in touch. They'll go back for the penalty. All right, and I think it looks like Australia will take the points this time. So they'll look to level it up. It is a very, very straightforward opportunity for Nola Alessio. He's a nice player, but I think they just keep waiting for him to really kind of take charge. Just isn't has got all the talent, but just isn't yet really sort of grabbing the game with scruff of the neck and sort of cementing this and saying that I am the next fly-up, I am the solution. So he does add the 3 and levels things up. Right, so after 5 minutes, 3 points apiece. If we keep this up, it'll be quite a high-scoring game. That's a bit of a better restart of Tom right there. So Australia this time. First, we had 2 restarts. Both have been pretty messy, which has allowed the other side to find a penalty and get some points. So a better restart there from Australia. And now Jake Gordon will look to find touch. Does find touch, but Italy do take it quickly. Montiawani, who's now living in Australia, actually. Carries into touch there. Italy pinned back. It was a very nice kick by Jake Gordon. Very good touch finder. Now Varney goes back to Allen in the pocket. Pumps it downfield. It will be gathered by, looks like Tom Wright. Wants to have a crack here. And sends a very forward. Has to be almost a knock on anyway. It's a very poor pass there coming from Tom Wright. It is a turnover ball. And extra breaks doing the cleanup work there. Montiwani coming back from it. So turnover ball here. First receiver. Let's see. That's a very nice little offload there and a very good carry as well. Italy finding themselves into Australian half. Now going behind a couple of runners. A bit of space down the side here. Run the hands. Run the hands. Canoni going himself. This is really good continuity here from England. Good hand from Italy. Right there. Good hands as well. Marisi carrying it up strongly. There's advantage as well, I think, from the sounds of it. That's a little show and go. And he gets into Sebastian Negu, gets into the 22. Varna Jova is the call. Another good offload this time to Pachetti. Going into their 7th phase of the Italians. This was really, really good work from them. Shalamaro popping it up to Allen. Oh, the offload game is such a... We've got so many different points of attack here. That's off their feet to the breakdown, Mr. Ref. That's off their feet to the breakdown. Has to be. Thank you. They do get the penalty to Italy. Okay, we're going to retake it. They do try and take it. I thought they took it quickly and stuffed it up. The attacking shape from Italy is so fun, so much fun to watch. You know, a couple of nice offloads. They like to sort of play on the cup, off the shoulder. A couple of nice running lines in there. That's the thing. The biggest difference to me with this Italian side is that they look well coached. You know, they've got plans. They've got a style of play. They've got a pattern of play which suits them, and they can actually play it. Right, so Alan to put Italy back in front. And he's missed that. Oh, such a poor kick. This is what I was saying. You know, something like Barlow busy is so important because you cannot afford to miss those. I mean, that is 3 points kind of begging, and that was such a good position as well. That's really, really poor from Alan. And receives the kickoff. Goes to Canone. He's a very nice ball carrier. Does makes a few yards as well. Available to Varney. Go towards the left-hand side. Allen. And it's a penalty, but not. It's really, really poor cleaning there on Hunter Pasami, who does win a penalty for holding on. Messi, but a penalty advantage there, I think. Well, not going to advantage. Not trying to decide what it is, but it's a good run there from Hunter Basami. Good offload as well as Australia entered Italy's 22. Jay Gordon to Alessio goes to Fraser McWright. And a penalty to Italy. Who is that? That is a brilliant Canone. He's such a nice player. I really do like Nick Canone. I really do rate him. I think Lorenzo Canone is one of the players I really do think has a very bright future. And I mean, he's like 21 years old. He's 21 years old. He's 1.9. He's a big ball carrier. He's a very intelligent player. He's one of the reasons I get very excited about this Italian side. I reckon I might buy myself an Italian jersey. I think it might become my second side. Good line there from Italy. About the 10-meter line here. It's a decent touch finder, actually. So Vachetti controlling things at the back. First sort of attempt at a rolling more we've seen from the Italians. Varney comes to collect. He does get told to use it. But that ball's not going to come out, and Skelton's come straight through, and this is going to be turnover ball. Really, really poor. It's those sort of things that Italy can't afford to do. When you've got an opportunity, when you set up a bit more, as soon as it's not looking good, get that ball out. Don't let them turn it over. You know, don't let them... you know, you got to try and hold on to possession as much as you can when you get into those good positions. Right, so it will be a scrum. Yeah, first scrum of the day, actually. Decent Italian scrum, actually, but what a fantastic run, and then a poor offload, but Pete Salmo is there to clean up. It was a very nice carry. The rush defense slips the tackle here. Does Iguodala? Ball comes a bit loose. Jock Campbell being put under a lot of pressure there. That's a nice tackle being made there, and the man over the ball as well. Australia breakdown being challenged here. Now Alessio back in the pocket. We'll look to find a bit of field position down the throat of Monty Ioane. He's got fully running today so far. Goes around the outside. Gets across from one. Gets the kick away. And that's a very nice little kick in behind by Allen. Oh, first card of the day. Look what it means to Monty Ioane. It'd be taken out off the ball. Right, so Jake Gordon has gone to the bin. Australia down to 14 men. They are 6.3 meters out. That's quite a cool stat to be able to have. And Allen, yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. Puts the kick in behind. Big opportunity here for Italy. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. The Canone comes up just short. No, that's penalty advantage, and they're going to have another penalty here. Penalty advantage there, so they have another opportunity. It was a nice little move there, Canone with the back. That's Tom right there. He's playing the ball on the ground, and then Falafainga then having a go at it. So another chance for Italy. Come on, the lads. Score here. Whilst Australia are 14 men down. The Chelsea goes to the front of the lineup. Big kind of shove early on here from Australia as Italy try and set them all. It's taken them a while, but Fashesi now does have ball in hand. Varney is there to collect it though. He does grab it, does Varney. Italy standing very deep. Good hands. Puts in the boot. Oh, and Wright gets there. Ball comes a bit loose there. A lot of pressure being put on here for Italy. And they have bundled them out. Good work there from Italy. It's good work by Stephen Varney. So they have managed to find themselves on the other side. It was a nice set move that they wanted to play. A lot of players go in, put the kick in behind. It was a nice option as well. Tom Wright did very well in fairness to him to get across and cover. But then a lot of good pressure being applied by the Italian defenders. Oh, it's the kick behind from Capuzio, who was also like, I mean, he's 23 years old. It's such a young Italian side. It's actually insane. And what's really cool is that they're really backing the youngsters. They decide, okay, cool, we've got a couple of players who are like borderline generational talents. We're gonna back them. Lorenzo Canone being one of them. He's just taking that ball. They're back on the line out. Oh, this is looking a bit better from a more perspective here. This is looking a bit better. This is looking a bit better. Fascetti is just short. And I think it's a penalty advantage. They go to the blind side. Ball over the top. They're over. Come on, the Italians! And Pierre Bruno is the try scorer. Italy looking very up for this game. Very up for this game. The 26-year-old plays with rugby for Zebre. Now Thomas Allen did miss a very, for me, it was a pretty straightforward attempt earlier. So he's got to nail this now. That's a much better kick from Thomas Allen. Right up against the touchline there. It's a very good kick off. The ball does come loose, but they do manage to keep it inside. Good work there, Montiwani. Very awake to that. So Italy have been paid back quite hard, but they did very well to keep that ball in because the kickoff was right up against the touchline to try and force them out. Now it's a good kick behind, and Allen will find touch outside 22. Much better restart there coming from Italians. You're 10 points to 3 up, lads. Come on, the Italians. Come on, the lads. They laughed at me when I said that Italy got a chance. Look, they might very well get blown away. You know, as I said, it's 21 minutes in. But they started well, and they're looking good. They're looking good with ball in hand. They're looking a much better side at the moment. So running more here from Straight Falafainga bringing in the centres. Oh, almost straight through there. There's a really good run there from Hunter Basami. Eventually brought down unless you're coming back on the angle. Gets away from Michel Lamar, the captain, but brought down by Sebastian Negu. Pick up and go from Fraser McWright. This time Lamar is up for the task. Will Skelton picks up and goes. Australia inside the 22. They go to Hunter for Samu. We've seen it quite a few times at first receiver. Now eventually forced to Pete Samu. Now, for me, the biggest thing here is a big counter-attack coming in from Italy. Big counter-attack coming in from Italy. Turnover ball here for Italy. The lads! Oh, you got so much space on the outside there, but, well, penalty advantage as well. And a penalty for Italy. Come on, man. How can you not enjoy this? I mean, if you're Australian, you're probably not enjoying this. But if you're neutral, how can you not enjoy seeing this Italian side say, stuff it, we're going to have a go here? Who are Italy's opponents in their group next year? I'm actually not 100% sure. We're not. They got New Zealand, I think. They go down the blind side of the line. Pachetti's going. Pachetti comes inside. Nice little variation there. Big counteract though coming in, and it is turnover ball to Fraser McWright. And a penalty for hands in. Pity. That was a really nice option down the short side. It's a good tackle, must be said. Fainger gets in there. It's actually the second ball person that comes in. That's the issue. It's he's definitely not supporting his body weight, but yeah, that's the issue. Meanwhile, in the other game, I see that Ireland have come from behind and are leading Fiji at the moment. They were behind earlier. But Australia are not the woods yet. Territory-wise for Italy, they won't mind them playing all their rugby here. Remember, Australia are still down without a scrum half as well for the next 30 seconds. So Jake Gordon will return after this passage of play. It's a messy line-out, and Michelle Amara's missed it. It's been kicked ahead, though. That's almost going to work out very well. Fainger pops it up to Will Skelton. Canone makes the tackle, and Fachetti's over there. Oh, yes, Fachetti. Surely it's a penalty turnover ball anyway. It doesn't really matter. Now Michelle Lamoro literally looking to turn defense into attack. Now Fachetti, the man who could enter over. Oh, there's numbers. Oh, there's numbers. Montiawani. The numbers. They offload. One more time. Oh, he's got himself. Capuzo's over. That is brilliant. The Italians. Look at them. How about that? How about that? The Azzurri up 15 points to 3. Come on, the Italians. It's just the hands. It's just the hands. And one more he had to go, but then decides to cut himself. And the fullback, the 23-year-old fullback, the hero in that Welsh victory, is over. And Australia, shell-shocked. They went down to 40 men, and Italy have decided to go and say, bang, we'll capitalize here. Matt Dixon's found out the group. He says that New Zealand, France, Uruguay, and Namibia in the group. Italy could maybe upset New Zealand. I don't think they'll beat New Zealand. But I reckon they'll probably beat Uruguay and Namibia. And then maybe, yeah, I mean, yeah, you never know. Hey, I'm just here for the ride. Tommaso Allen, you know, and I was very upset when there's no Parker Gubizzi. So Allen's going to prove me wrong. This man's going to slot this. They're going to get 17-3 up. This could be actually a decent crowd in. And they're smart about it because they've only sold the two sort of the main two stats. So they've actually packed them in. A bit of a vibe there. Bit of an bit of an atmosphere. Now, and it's not difficult, not an easy kick, and that's looking good. That's straight to the middle. How did he miss that penalty earlier when he slotted 2 off the side there? Italy 17, Australia 3 after 27 minutes. Deep restart coming from Australia. And I think it's Varney with the clearance there. So Italy do clear, but Jake Gordon comes on. So Australia back to a full contingent. Barney pretty flat to Pasami. Pops it up to Will Skelton. He's in the midfield. That's why he's there. Gives it away to his captain, Alan Alatoa. Australian on the attack. Plenty of the ball back inside Jock Campbell. Runs into a bit of Italian traffic. The tackle is made. They go down to the short side again. Quick Italian defense, though. South 22, yeah. Pete Samu. Getting a rare start today. Jake Gordon back on the flank, looking to make amends. Will Skelton with a bit of a deft touch to Matt Gibbon. And penalty advantage for a high tackle in a vertical position. Now Fainga's up on the wing, but does knock it on. Da, 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 da. Now, decision time here. It's a penalty right in front. They are trailing by 14 points there. So they are going to go for the corner. If Italy can get to half time, I think, in this... Roddy Moore being set up here from Australia. Big defense needed here. They are getting a few meters. It's now starting to be pushed back a bit, being pushed to the side as well. So Falafinger does have to break. And his opposite number for Shetty's been absolutely everywhere. Does make the tackle. Ball pops up from Frost. And Ferrari comes in with a big counter ruck, but trying to work out who straight there was well after the threat there. Alatoa gives to Fraser McWright. Well met in the tackle by Nasha Brex and penalty advantage as well. Now again, Skelton pops it up to Lolesio. Long pass out wide. Tom Wright should go over. Does go over. Australia do hit back. They had a penalty advantage, so you do feel like it was a bit of a matter of time. They are going to have a check here. He did get himself into the air quite quickly, did Tom Wright. So I think that the grounding should be good. So it's a bit annoying there from Italy, but yeah. A few say Italy is joining with the Young Oaks. Exactly like you said, a few more games, there will be a real force to reckon with. Dylan saying Australia lose the game, the world is going to end. Evan saying, does the Italian kicker have any South African ancestry? I don't think so. You can ask, though. It's a good pass in the end from Alessio. Long pass out wide. Tom Wright was very much unmarked. And he does very well. Just gets himself in the air, takes it one step inside, puts himself in the air, gets himself over. Proper finish that from Tom Wright. See, these days now with the flag not playing a part, you can put yourself in that position because then, I mean, if you go back, 5-6 years ago, if you're in the air and you hit that flag, then you're out. Right, Alessio with his first attempt of the day, taking his time. And it's going to hook to the left. So the score went 17 points to 8. If Italy can find themselves a penalty or something like that, or even if they go into this at half time, I think they'll be very tough with it. I'm not sure what the conversation is having. You have 8 minutes left in the first half. Italy are leading by 9 points. Oh, he's going to have another retake here. That's bizarre. We very rarely see that. So apparently Italians broken too early, and Lolesi is going to have another shot at this. Be very, very annoying if he does nail this from the Italian perspective. Attempt 2 for Nolan Alessio. When was the last time you saw that rule actually be enforced? Right up against touchline, second time. That's looking a bit better, but this time I think it's going to go down the right-hand side. So no harm done in the end. 2 attempts, both missing. The game remains a 9-point game with 7 minutes to go until half-time. So if anything, they actually played into the Italians' hand because they actually wasted another 90 seconds taking that kick again. Italians being very slow to get back to the halfway line. I think that at this stage they'll just want to take half-time. Importantly for them, they need to go play in the right areas. They need to get themselves into the Australian half and stay there. Because you don't. If Australia score again and it becomes a 2-point game at half time, you do think Australia might probably have the bench to be able to see this game out. But if Italy can get into half time, create some scoreboard pressure, but right, Italy launching high in the air. Capuzzo is afterwards. This try scorer. It's a good contest, but Jock Campbell does take it well. Ball's available for the Jake Gordon, who goes to captain Alato. Big overlap here for Australia if they want to use it. Montiwani needs to get across. That's a fantastic tackle. Goodness me. That is a brilliant tackle for Montiwani. I mean, taking out the referee as well. I respect that. I respect that as well. I mean, that's a brilliant tackle. Good line up from Italy as well. Lamara going to Varney. He's throwing straight to Pete Samu. That's a really poor pass on the scrum off. Very textbook as well. When running in as if he's going to be a ball carrier, I think everybody expects him to pass. Now the chip ahead from Australia is going to run. It's going to run too far though, so it'll be a scrum back where they kicked it. So a pretty poor kick coming in there from Lane Ikatal. Pierre Bruno was scrambling a little bit. I think it was the right option, just far too much on it. It's a good read by Pete Samu. The ball does come loose. And Falafa Ingers will alert to it. But then the kick too far, so Italy will come back for the scrum. With 5 minutes to go, they won't mind that. We run a bit of time down. I actually thought the scrum looked pretty good in the first scrum for Italy. But yeah, people, a reminder, please do go predict the score and give yourself a chance to win a free bet. We will be giving away a 100 Rand free bet at halftime. If you don't go to that link and give us your details, we can't give you a free bet. We've got to know that you guys want your free bets from BetCoza. We can't give you free bets. You don't tell us who to give free bets to. So go into that the link in the comments right there. Go and get yourself onto that form, and we'll give you guys some free bets, people. Free bets. Solid enough scrum. Varney's going to break here. Goes short. Very, very good defensive read there by Len Ikatal. Losing it in the contact, but it was a very good read because I think if he hadn't made that tackle, I think it was on Ignacio Breaks. If he hadn't made that tackle, I think Italy could have found themselves a bit of space there. And Italy just looked very excited. Every single time they got ball in hand, there just seemed to be a plan. You know? And a reset scrum here. Right, so another scrum here. Just over 2 minutes left in the game. The ball is available for Stephen Varney. But he's been caught on it by Jake Gordon. Good work there. A lot of pressure coming in now from the Australians. But I think the ball is available for Italy. Big counter coming. Where's the ball? Is it going to come out here? It is eventually going to come out for the Italians. So they do well to manage to keep hold on possession. Oh, it's a really good carry by Nick. Oh, no! Sebastian Negri made the line break. And then the ball just lodged. Oh, nice. Almost a two. Although it was too clever there from Australia. Now a lot of pressure being put on, I think it's John Campbell, who was under a bit of pressure there. We'll go back for the knock-on originally from Nicola. I think it was Sebastian Negri, actually, sorry. Who made the knock-on there. So another scrum there, 1.5 minutes. James says Australia is no longer representing the Southern Hemisphere well. I mean, can we go look at that tackle from Fraser McGrath? I'm not sure there was any arms in there. Great run there by Negri, and he's looking to try and turn and make the offload, and the ball comes loose, and you can see the anguish in his face when it does. Right, 2 more minutes, and then we'll also be giving away a free bet. 100 Rand free bet after half time is up for grabs. In order to be able to eligible for that free bet, go to the link in the comments there. Penalty for Australia, though, at the scrum going down. Italy are not impressed with that. And a couple of shoves there from Falafa Inga. Mate, you're being dusted by Lucchesi. He's been all over you. I would not get loud if I was you. You're getting an opportunity to start here, and the Italian number 2 is busy outplaying you. The last person I'll be going up to is him, because he's currently showing you what a hooker should be doing. Right, so a late opportunity here for Australia. Alatoa has got a cut in his ear there, so that'll need to be seen to. The Australian captain for the day. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. And if that's my boy Lorenzo Canone, that is such a clutch turnover. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Right, well, Italy put it out at half time, 17 points to 8. In favor of Italy, got a 9-point. Who would have thought that? Hey, actually, when they say, who would have thought? I said it, people. I said that this Italian side could do a job. Can they do it in the second half? That is the question. They're full of confidence. They'll walk into half time with the lead. Australia are kind of reading a little bit, but do look dangerous when they get into the right positions. But could this be another monumental moment for Italian rugby? We'll see in about 15 minutes to an hour's time. Please come and join me for the second half. Go get your drinks, go get your snacks, and settle in here and get ready for what should be a fantastic second half of rugby. If this Italian side can stick in with there, this could be a huge, huge day and a huge moment for them. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. And we are back. There will be kickoff very shortly. Australia playing right to left, trailing Italy by 9 points. Can Italy pull off an upset for the ages? This young Italian side, this brave Italian side, who are just not afraid to play rugby, to throw caution to the wind, to believe what they're doing, and to have a go. They are 40 minutes away from history if they can put in a similar performance in the second half that they did in the first half. And for Australia, well, Dave Rennie's win percentage of 38% will take a big knock if they do, and Australia could fall. I think it's fall out of the top 10 if they do lose this game. So very big consequences for Australia if they do not manage to mount a comeback. But it's a good exit there from Italy early on. I think if Italy score the first points, all of a sudden you might see Australia starting to panic a little bit, and that'll be good. I'll enjoy seeing them panic. But we are going to give away a 100 free bet, and the Wheel of Fortune has picked. Let me get it going. And Dylan, right, Dylan, here we go. You are the winner of a 100 Rand free bet, courtesy of BetCoza. Please make sure you've actually got a BetCoza account, as Australia do work their way towards the right. This is looking a bit more promising. It's a good tackle there. And Montiani doing a lot of work at the breakdown. Come back on side. And Alala Toe makes a solid carry. Michelle Lamar trying to get over that ball. And now they're trying to, a bit of a snipe. They get Ward looking for an inside ball. But Alessio is there for support as Australia get to 22. They go to Pete Samu. Pete Samu tries to throw the dummy. Italians now have scrambled themselves to a better defensive shape. Solid carry there being made by Ned Hannigan. That's a big tackle coming from Ignacio Brex. Really good work there from the outside centre. Alala Toe up against Ned. Really gives it away to give it. The ball comes loose though. A bit of pressure now. And there's a knock-on advantage for Australia. A lot of space there for Gordon. The door eventually is shut by Simone Ferrari. Not too much advantage. They will go back for the knock-on. So Italy under pressure early on in the first half. But yeah, Dylan, welcome. Congratulations. You are the winner of a 100 Rand free bet. Please do go and make sure you do have a BetCoza account. Everybody else, go and get your registered BetCoza account. There's some really good odds out there. Some very cool bets. We will be doing some odds and stuff at every stream and giving away lots of free bets. But you do have to have... you do have to have a BetCoza account for us to be able to give you your free bets. I don't understand that people win a free bet. And I'm like, here's 200 Rand, free money. Go and put... you put 200 Rand on Italy, by the way. You'd walk away with 1,200 bucks if they go to win. And you wouldn't have spent a cent. We would have basically effectively just said, here's 1,200 Rand. That's what we're trying to do for you. So go get yourself a BetCoza account. And we'll give you guys all the free bets you need to go and make the millions. Go and find like a wild accumulator. Go and pick like Qatar to win the World Cup. Put 10 bucks on there. Right, so scrum will be a big opportunity here for Australia. Pretty strong scrum, and it is available there for Jake Gordon. He goes to the left-hand side, yeah. Good lineman. Once again, another good hit there from Ignacio Brex. Alessio taking himself. He is down though, as John Ignacio Brex had a phenomenal game, so if he does go off, it'll be a big blow for him. His defense has been so sound here. This is looking good for Australia. Coming back on the angle here is Hunter Pasami. Pick up and go from Will Skelton. Advantage 1 not rolling is the call, so advantage for Australia. Toe picks it up to Frost. Frost, he wants to reach, comes just short. They go to Fraser McWright. Fraser McWright's over. That's really poor defending for a defense that's been so good. they were scrambling and they never got themselves back into a good defensive line. So Australia do get the first points of the first half of the second half. They needed to. They want to mount to come back. 13 points to 17 with a kick to come, which should be good. So it should be down to a 2-point game. Not the start the Italians would have liked, but no need to panic. No need to panic. Yeah, and you do feel like Nicola Canone needs to get up there a bit quicker. It was just very, very happy to let Fraser McWright just basically die for the line. Right, Alessio adds the extra points just as well as on my fantasy team. But still, Italians do lead, and they're going to try and kick deep into the Australian half. And as I said, the important thing here for Italy is they cannot panic. They can't panic. They can't go into their shells. They've got to keep playing with the confidence that has got them to this point. You go and strike back next, and once again, Australia will start panicking a little bit. Australia right now will be feeling very calm. They would have had the discussion. They need to score first, and they've done that. So Australia have ticked every box so far. Italy need to stay calm, need to stay in this fight for as long as they can. And what they don't need to do is allow Australia to run freely out of the 22, as Tom Wright has just done there. Got to be intense here. Hannigan. Now a couple of blockers here for Jake Gordon. He can't go to touch, so this will be this will stay in field. And Italy is very much Mr. Ray. How long is this guy going to take here? Puts it high in the air. It's going to be very contestable. Who wants it? Brilliant, brilliant take out of the air by Capuzzo. And a penalty as well for not rolling and going straight off the field. That is a phenomenal take, though, from the 15. He's hurting. I think he came down quite harshly, but that is a brilliant take. This 23-year-old is something special. And he's not particularly big either, but he gets up. He's courageous. Gets up there, bang. Comes off harshly, lands on his arms. I don't think it's too bad. I think he's just a bit dizzy, but it's a fantastic take in the air. Gets the breadbasket up there. Turns away as well. Really good take there from the try scorer. He sold a brilliant dummy early on to get that try. Right, a couple of subs here. I'm wondering if that's not for Jean Ignacio Brex, who looked a bit dizzy earlier. Tomasalo Menoncello is looking to come on, as well as Pietro Cacciarelli, I think it is. Right, now a big moment for Italy. They found touch inside the 22. Can they hit back? Can they put themselves back in the driving seat in Florence? Right, so Ferrari's off, and Marisi's gone off, actually. Menoncello's come on. Ball's available for Varney, so Brex does look like he will stay on, which is, yeah, so he is there. It's a big moment because he's been so important from a defensive point of view. Varney going to Allen, and going himself. He's a bit of space opening up. And the ball's come loose from Canone. And hacked downfield. That's a really good touch finder as well. Who was that? That's a brilliant touch finder. Oh, look at how this ball ended up over there. Oh, it's Negri actually. So yeah, the tackle just lodging the ball in the tackle. So Italy are back towards the 10-meter line here. Looking for another more here. It hasn't really been successful so far. But Kieran Crowley making 2 early subs. You're not afraid to make a few changes here. Not injuring. Varney tries to kick him behind. It does take a touch off an Australian player, so it will still be an Italian line out. I mean, a word on Stephen Varney, by the way, who's so calm, so composed. Kid's 21 years old. You know, Lorenzo Canone, the number 8, 21 years old. Who's the number 15? 23 years of age. Paulo Garbizzi, I think, is 22. Not playing, but I'm saying, like, this just sort of speaks to you how young this Italian side is. How exciting it is that this young Italian side are very happy to just play rugby and to go out and have a go. And I think Kieran got the ball over the top and to Allen. It's a good line of aviation once again. And Canone once again making... No, sorry, it's not Canone. I lie like a flatfish. Nature bricks. Gets a hard shot as well, so penalty, right? And in a good place as well. Ball at the top from Varney is intercepted. This will be 3 points, surely. Establish a 5-point lead here. Come on, mate. Come on, mates. Yeah, clear high tackle there. I'm going to take the points here, so Allen will have another shot. He had a shot earlier, and it was quite frustrating he missed it because he's kicked so well today, apart from that one. And if he had nailed that, that'd be sitting with a 5-point lead. This would be for an 8-point lead. We can't speak in hypotheticals, but just frustrating because it was very achievable for him. And how's Albert? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, apparently that Fiji game sounds quite spicy. Sounds like a couple of interesting ref decisions. Kind of sounds like under a little bit of pressure, but do have a lead. So hopefully... yeah, that continues to be quite an interesting game. This is certainly very interesting as Allen has missed it. Well, the Italians can't believe it. They were asking, what do you mean he's missed it? We're going to have to go to TMO here to check. I thought it looked good. The touch judges looked very, to be fair, didn't look very convincing when they said no. Well, we're about to look at the replay. Australia are busy playing. That was bizarre. Still want to see the replay here. The Italians convinced it went through. Touch judges weren't. Penalty again this time, so I'll have another opportunity here. I want to see this replay, though. I want to see what happens here. I thought it looked pretty good. Yeah, there's two people there. It's a flying wedge. I'm going to feel the breakdown. So take your pick there. Surely you're going to go for the 3 points here. He's now missed 2. Still want to see this replay of this last one. Because the Italians couldn't believe it when the flags didn't go up. That's a better looking kick. Yep, he turns immediately. That does definitely go through. There's no arguments about that one. Right, so Italy goes up to 20 points to 15. Right, Australia going pretty short. There's outside 22. But very well taken the end there. And Pete Samu wins a penalty. Michelle Lamar is asking a question, but it was a good take, but then just as he came down, no support whatsoever. Lamar has... Australia going for the corner here, so turning down the points, turning down the opportunity to get back within 2 points. A converted try would get them into the lead. A try would level scores, so you can understand with a lot of time on the board why they would go for the corner. But this does provide an opportunity for Italy. If they can defend this and get out of here, they can maintain that 5-point lead. No team has lost the line out yet, but Australia just did. Well, there we go. And Fischetti, oh, where's the support? Where's the support? It eventually comes. What a brilliant run. Yeah, Falafel, get out of here. Fischetti is the GOAT. Oh yeah, there's numbers. Jean Nesha Bress. Oh, it's so far forward. What is wrong with you? Why? Just pop, just run the hands. But Fischetti, what a run by the hooker. Bang. Gets away from one, says cheers, gets away from Simon, off he goes. He's looking around, he's trying to find the way the supporters. He does very well, just pretty much runs like laterally and just, I guess, brings the tackle in. And then a horrible pass from Jean Nesha Bress. And I've been singing his praises all match. Fischetti is down. I mean, I think he's probably just wants to watch his highlights. He's asked for an iPad at the side of the screen and says, listen, mate, can I please watch that again? Because that was like, that doesn't happen often. So I need you guys to check that out because... Right, well, here comes a change for Australia. Number 19 is being readied, which is Karen Neville. What a carry this from Fischetti. And Michelle Namora, the first man there at the breakdown to support him. Just Tyler and Varney as well also. That's actually really good support play by scrum off because if he can get there quickly, get that ball out. So a bit of break and play here. We are 60 minutes away from the end of the match here. So, sorry, 26 minutes away rather. So plenty of time. Yeah, 21 is on. So Flafainga does leave. So Lachlan Lonergan will have an opportunity here. And I think it looks like Tate McDermott will be being put on for Australia. I'm assuming it's... Australia's making the switch at scrum off. I'd be very surprised if they're going to replace, if the Italians are going to replace Stephen Varney. Yeah, Tate McDermott and that mullet is on. He will have a feed into the scrum as his first order of the day. Right, so Karen Neville is sitting on the cooler box. Interested to see who he replaces. I would imagine Will Skelton, who I'd be surprised if he puts in an 80-minute shift. So Lonergan McDermott on for Fainga and Gordon. Now, I think an innovation that they should do look at with the World Cup is, hey, Mexican waves going. The Italian atmosphere is I think they should look at bringing in spider cams for the World Cup and TMOs getting involved when it comes to scrums. Because right now, and also, I also think the referee should always be on the side which is furthest away from the touchline. Like, the touchline judge on this side will be able to see what's going on. The touchline on the other side is not seeing anything. I mean, he's miles away. Good looking scrum there for Australia. Tate McDermott goes to Pasami, steps back on the inside. Oh, that's a huge hit on Allen, who does hold on. McDermott now. Jock Campbell is down. He doesn't look very happy, actually. He's getting up quite slowly as Jock Campbell. McDermott looking to try and inject a bit of pace into the break. The inside ball there, well read. Big hit there on Alessio. Canonia was over that. Not too much on for McDermott, so he just chips over the top, and it's well read as well by Montiawani. So all he's actually done is give the position back to the Italians. Bit of a strange decision there for McDermott. Now Varney goes to the left. Lamoro. Oh, it's a good pick up there from Brex. Capozzo comes on the inside. Italy do get into Australia's half here. Sorry, actually, it's a 10-meter line rather than halfway line. No arms tackle coming back for an Australian penalty. Rian say, all I want is a rather line break and one-handed offload. All I want is for Lelesio to keep taking over the points, but for Italy to win. I need fantasy points. Yeah, I'd like to see more of Federico Raza actually, but I'm just fully on board the Gianmarco Lecchesi hype train after that little break because he's actually played really well today throughout the entire match. Right, anyway, a penalty for Australia, not what the Italians wanted because they had just turned over the ball, and so if you look at some of the players on the bench, they've got Toa Halafihi, do the Italians. So looking at there's no arms tackle here. I think that's a bit harsh, to be honest. Oh, they're taking Machetti off. Ah, come on. New front row here. Nicotera on as well as Ivan Nima. And Sebastian Negri also going off. So Halafihi is on as well. A couple of subs here for Italy. David Yates saying, how many changes is there in the Oz team from the last weekend? I think it was 12, somebody said earlier. I'm not entirely sure what the official one was. Yeah, just confirmation of all those changes. Rian says the border, one of those underrated locks. I think that's kind of the definition of this Italian side. But yeah, I do agree. I think he is one of those players that sort of goes under the radar. Has put in a lot of work today. Let's say Fiji red card. Oh, well, that sounds like could be the end of it then. 21-10 is the score I still see there. Fence to say, for the sounds of it, Italy are more fired up than the Aussies would have thought that the Aussies would have wanted to stake claim for the first choice. Yeah, look, I mean, Australia haven't really pitched up so far. They've had a couple of moments, but Italy just... What is taking us so long here, lads? So, apparently number 8, something on number 8. I think Pete Simon was going off here. I'm very confused. Okay, so Pete Simon is going off for an HIA. That was what the conversation was about. What is going on, yokes? And that's not straight. That's not straight. Well, that's a big moment. That's a big moment. And a free kick to Italy as well. So they'll have a chance to boot this up and get themselves out of danger territory. This is, at the time ticks on, 21 minutes. He's not going to kick it out though, so it will be kept in by Tom Bright. Gives it inside to Jock Campbell. Lifts it high in the air. You need someone to come here. Kapuzak, sorry, it's Allen who gets up very nicely. So good work there by Italy. And that's Halafihi with his first carry of the day. Oh, the pace from Kapuzak. Oh, that's a big hit on him, to be fair. Thought he was almost away. Good work. I mean, jeepers. I'm so firmly part of it. Oh, yeah, the numbers. Oh, no, no, the numbers, the offload. Oh, keep going, lad. Nicotera there. Oh, the handling. Oh, you idiot! Oh, you butchered that, you. And I've sung your praises all day. Oh, no. If he takes this, I reckon they score. I genuinely think he scored. I think that Andrew Capuzio has butchered this. Because if he takes this as a 3-on-1, I think it is. Oh, my living. Oh, yeah. Oh. Come on, Italy. Come on, the lads. JVH saying Italy defense is really strong. You would see a massive gap, and suddenly there was a tackle. Jacques saying I was a bit. Yeah, so I'm on this game. You'll see me for Japan versus England later. You won't see me for Wales versus Argentina. We will be live, and so you'll get to see who's there then. And then I'll be back for the Bok game tonight. Fence say, looking ahead to next week, would you do mass change to the Bok team for the experience, or based on this, would you put more first choice 15 Boks in? I think we've already selected our team for next weekend, to be honest, must be my point of view. I do think we will see French players. I do think we'll see the likes of Andre Estes in play. I do think we'll see Evan Ruiz playing. I don't think we'll change it based on this. I just think, in many ways, I think they'll say to the guys, you see, like, this is not a walkover. We're not giving you this random game for you guys to go and play. We're giving you a genuine test, you know, and go and prove yourself. And that's the nice thing as well, is that, you know, this, was penalty for Italy. Things you love to see. Things you love to see. Right, so you're taking 3 points here. So 60% today. Missed a couple of straightforward ones. And that is going to fade away to the left. I must admit, it was a tough chance. I can understand the thinking because obviously 3 points. I didn't really have the distance either. I would have been very, very happy for them to see a kick to the corner and run this clock down. 18 minutes left. They do get the possession here, but 18 minutes left. I would say let's go play in positions. Australia have given away penalties quite a lot throughout the match. So I would have said go to the corner. Their lineup's been very good. Try win another penalty. Get a slightly more basic kick, for example, and then get the points going there. But anyway, 18 minutes left. Italy still lead by 5. Bit of a ping-pong battle here. Capuzio gives it away to his Flav. Allen seeing a bit of space down that left-hand side. Down the throat of Nola Alessio, who exits 22. And if I'm Italy, yeah, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Don't blink first. Let them blink first. You guys want possession. You guys want the field possession here. Australia do blink first, find touch, but they put it straight in the field, do Italy. And that's going to bounce. It's going to slow up. They'll go inside there. Oh, Michelle Lamar is asking for a forward pass here. Well, I'll put it this way. Italy did stick in there. They did stick to it. They did have the patience. The net result is a line out on the 22. However, Michelle Lamar is furious. He reckons that was a forward pass. Let's see this from Jock Campbell. The direction of hands look okay there, to be fair. We need the other angle, though. Rian saying Boston get a game from Italy's side. 100%. 100%. If Italy wins, it's going to be packed stadium next weekend. More pressure in the box. And that's why we want, don't we? Right. Did you take the line? Halafi, he brings in. Oh, Montiawani, what a take. I don't know how he managed to hold on to that ball. Good stuff here from Italy. Nicolo Canone. Or Lorenzo Canone, rather. Now the captain, Michel Lamoro. Within 5 minutes would be a fantastic point to get a penalty here. Having said that, though, the good momentum here. Breaks the handling. He's going to do it. He's over. Come on. Come on. Italy are over. Let's go. It's going to happen, people. It's going to happen. And Capuzzo, who was the man who butchered what I thought was a sure try earlier, and it was quite far away, he has cut straight through the Australian defence. Once again, he's gone over. They lead by 10 points with 15 minutes to go. Kick to come. Second try of the match. I think you've got your man of the match here, by the way. Oh, the handling. The handling. And so much pace, but the handling, it must, I mean, they've been brilliant. The entire game, they've really, really been good. Yeah, Italy, they will deserve this. And I'm gonna go fetch people. What's happening at the Viva, by the way? Because I've got an accumulator which is gonna earn me $180 from like £5 rand. This being one of the big ones here. So I need Fiji. I need Ireland to score by another. They lead by 11. I need them to score flip of quite a few points actually. It's going to fade away. Well, I mean, we were so impressed with goal kicking earlier, but it's kind of just left his boot, as Alan. But 10 points with 14 minutes. Anja Capuzzo. Oh, look at that. It's the pace. And the awareness. And this Italian side is so exciting. They're going to be so good in a few years' time. This is why I chose this game, by the way. I had to choose Ireland versus Fiji or this game. And I said, this is the game. And I called an upset. I said I reckon they could do it. I even put money on it. And I was laughed at. Well, I must say, you're not laughing now, are you? Look, it is still 14 minutes. Italy could still throw this away. But surely this is it. And some huge performances today if they do it. Lorenzo Canone, Alan, who had to step up for Gabizzi, has been good. Pachetti was brilliant. Andrew Capuzzo has been, they're so poor at exiting. And they've conceded a penalty and allowed Australia right back. But Tate McDermott's taken it quickly, and the ref saying, no, calm down. This is still having a conversation here. Speedsarm is off. Gleeson is on. And I think Bataya is on as well. The annoying thing is that Kononga actually probably could let that ball go. Because for all that... but having said that, there could be some foul play here. Tom Robertson looks like he's taken a player off the ball. And this could be a reversal of the penalty. Look at Michel Lamar. He's called his entire team. He's just saying to them, I'm sure it's quite a simple message. Stay calm. 30 minutes. We've got this. Australians sitting there going, shit, mate. Sacked in the morning. Sacked in the morning. Dave Reddy, sacked in the morning. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Rep, he's completely taken him out off the ball here. And he's brutalized Allen. That has to be a penalty. Yeah, so I mean, so it is a penalty. I mean, that's how did he get a card? I mean, that's just a cheap shot. He wasn't even near having the ball. Bloody props. So, David said, my opinion, if Japan is in a more competitive competition, you'll see some more of Japan. Defense to say, current stats for the Italy, number 15, 2 tries, 5 out of 5 tackles, 3 carries, 3 clean breaks, 5 defenders beaten. This is some stupid stats. How old is he again? 23 years old. Angelo Capuzzo, 23 years old. Remember the name. He was the hero against Wales. He's just done it again against Australia. Oh, but they've turned over ball, turn Tupou, and they're going to go in here on Australia. And it's Robertson, who actually I personally think should be off. So that pisses me off. Conceded the penalty from a cheap shot. Doesn't get yellow carded. Scores a try. Then the game comes alive all of a sudden. You thug. Don't you dare celebrate. Darcy Swain coming disrupting the 9. I just don't understand how he's still in the park. You go back and you look at the penalty he conceded. Yeah, now Tem Blue needs to go off for an HIA. So they'll be without their flower half for the final 11 minutes. Why? Because your try scorer that you didn't bin, like flipping went and just stuck a shoulder at him. Right, big this kick from Alessio. And it does just sneak in. So he gets within 3 points. 11 minutes to go. This is squeaky bum time all of a sudden. Right, big moment here from Italy. Got to try and keep Australia back inside their own half for the next 10 minutes. Big 10 minutes needed here from the Azzurri. If you're looking to watch the match, check the description. Get yourself ExpressVPN, get yourself a 30-day free trial on Amazon Prime. You'll be able to watch this match and all the other matches. Japan versus England coming up right now, just after the stream, and as well as Wales versus Argentina, as well as Springboks versus France, and Scotland versus New Zealand. All of that exactly the same way. Check out the description for those instructions. Right, so puts it there, catching it untouched, so it will be Australian ball. Right, goes to McDermott. McDermott lifts us high in the air. This will be contestable. It's swirling around the top there. Comes off an Italian player, falls into an Australian player. He's about to say his knees are on the ground there. So turnover ball here for Italy. A penalty is exactly what Italy need right now. The ball comes loose there. Varney is, however, alert to it. Sees a bit of space as well, so puts the kick in behind. And they're going back. I assume it's for a penalty. Yep, penalty for high tackle. Now, this is a big moment. This is a huge moment. We're sitting at 9 minutes, okay? So there's still a while to go. Yeah, obvious high tackle. Pretty easy decision to make. Do you, A, go to the corner, run the clock down. If you score a try, you basically won it. But I don't think they've been, they haven't really looked particularly threatening from set piece. It is pretty much bang in front. So the logical thing, yeah, they are going to go for the points. But the biggest problem with going for the points is that they then get Australia, whilst they will then get a 6-point lead, they haven't exited very well, have Italy. They have put themselves under a lot of pressure from the restart. So going to the corner would run down possession, would run down the clock, but obviously no points. This gets you the points in theory. It's not a particularly difficult kick. It's bang in front. It's about 40 yards out there, so it's not close. But this is very gettable for any international quality goal kicker. But the big thing here is Australia will have 8 minutes. They'll kick into Italy's half, And yeah, as I said, they haven't exited well yet, Italy. So that's what they got to do now. First things first, get yourself the 3, which he's done. He's missed. I mean, fuck's sakes. That is Padovani. That might be one of the worst kicks I've ever seen. See, you might as well have gone for the corner there. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. If Australia win this, I look back at that moment. It's a big moment. That's a huge miss from Padovani. That was a dreadful kick. Right, Montiolani. Sorry, Halafi, I think it is. It is Montiolani. Italy back inside their own half. Varney. Varnish, no. Oh, that's what I think you like to hear. And it'll be a penalty for Italy. Now, kick toward. Oh, I mean, they're far too far for a 3-pointer here. But kick to the corner. Play rugby in Australia's half. Yeah, Fraser McGrath just lazy there. Decent kick there. Italy will find touch inside 22. Again, it's just about playing in the right areas. It's just about playing in the right areas here. Get yourself to the corner. Stay deep in the half as long as you can. I don't rate this Australian side one bit, just by the way. Full disclosure, I don't rate them. I think he's been taken out in the air there, Mr. Ref. Penalty advantage as well. Come on! That ball's not coming out, Brendan. Yeah, thank you very much. Go straight back to the corner. Go straight back to the corner, Michelle. Well, actually, it's 10 meters inside. Decision time here. After that dreadful attempt, Padovani, I'll kick to a corner. They're going to go for the points. just get it over. I mean, yeah, you should be going for the points, but Cross, after that last attempt. All right, Luana Padovani. I know he's not a recognized goal kicker compared to something like Allen, for example, but this is not difficult. Just keep your head down. Head down, hit through the ball. You're a football nation. That's better. That's better. That's over. Come on. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. There's like a nervous energy sort of around there where people are sort of going, ooh, could they be doing it? Could they do it? Yeesh. And I said, I'm going to fetch people. I'm going to find people. In fact, where was my tweet? I put it out and I said, don't underestimate this. Where was it? Where was it? Number 1, take the kickoff. You've done that. Number 2, secure possession. Number 3, Varney. Now they keep possession, creating nice. But number 3, kick it. Kick it far, kick it long. There it is. Well, that's not going down into touch. That's just straight down the throat of Tom Wright. He's looking to keep it ball in hand here. Going down the short side here. That's a horrible pass. And that's going to go out and it'll be an Australian line out, I think. No, it'll be an Italian line out, very importantly. Right, where was it? Where did I tweet about Italy? I can remember it. Yeah, Gianmarco Lucchesi does get the man of the match despite Andrew Capizio's brilliant performance, and I rate that decision. I thought Lucchesi was absolutely outstanding. Good take there from Italy at the line out. Gian Shalamaro, the captain break. Oh, why? Turnover ball here. The Italians are scrambling. They're scrambling. Surely not. Surely not. Oh, he's falling right in front of them. Mr. Ref, make a decision there. Australia turnover possession. 3 minutes to go. Tupou. And who was that decided to try and catch it? I mean, they had to play right next to him, which was going straight into his hands. Now, desperate defense needed here from Italy. They've got men on the side here. Lonergan's down the side. Oh, this will be heartbreaking for Italy if they do throw this away. Remember, they need a converted try. One try is not good enough. It needs to be converted. Once again, they've got numbers. Good tackle being made there. I think it's by Padovani. Take McDermott sniping. He's a little isolated. Oh, someone's gone all over that. Oh, come on. Penalty advantage. Straight over is the call. Tupou. Now they're getting very close to the post here. Can't afford to score right by the posts. The cross kick comes in. And straight into touch. Okay, so we'll go back for the penalty. Oh, this is going to become proper squeaky bum time. Sheesh. Right, less than 2 minutes to go. I will riot. Riot if Italy lose. They've called for the scrum. Oh dear. Oh dear. Penalty try, potentially. Oh, my light's gone off. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I can fix it. I'm coming! Reset, 30 seconds. By the time this ball comes out, this could be the last play of the day, by the way. If Italy were to just win a scrum penalty here, they'd win it. No way is Italy going to buckle in this last 15 seconds. It's the last play of the day. One big scrum. I mean, you must be sitting there as a front row thinking, I could be the hero. I could be the hero. However, you get absolutely decimated and they push you back behind your line. It's a solid scrum. McDermott, Varney. It's up there. Oh, it's a huge tackle. Italy have got it. The time is up. The time is up. One mistake here from Australia, they've lost it. One moment of brilliance, and they've won. Desperate defense needed here from Italy, as well as discipline. It has to be disciplined. Oh, they're over. That is such bullshit. The let's just kick for the win. It's not that particularly difficult either. It's about 20 meters in. It's not difficult at all. I cannot believe that. You grimy, stupid Australians. You did not deserve that at all. At all. This is a get out of jail free card. And they've got bloody Bernard Foley who's on. Sorry, no, it's not. I lied. It's Ben Donaldson. What did I think Bernard Foley was on the bench? Well, it'll be his first kick of the match. Come on, shank it, you swine. Predicted kick success is 63%. Historical kick success rate for all kickers is 65%. He can't do it! Italy have won! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He's missed. Well, shame. You don't want to celebrate someone's failure. But Italy have done it. Italy have won. That is huge. Huge. The first time in 19 matches. Australia, you leave with nothing. Italian rugby. I called it. I said so. People, that is what we're talking about. That's momentum we're taking. The first big upset of the day falls to the way of Italy. We'll see you in about 15 minutes for England versus Japan. Maybe Japan can repeat this feat, but that is stunning. I'm so excited for Italy. What an absolutely phenomenal effort, a phenomenal test match. Thank you very much, people, for jumping in with me. We'll see you guys all on the England stream. Let's carry this momentum on. Let's go and upset. I mean, the box winning tonight also an upset. Let's keep going with the underdogs here, people. Smash like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well on the way out.